What is going on, YouTube Nation? This is Dark Dividend. If you guys are new to my YouTube channel, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss future videos. I'm going to show you my Dividend ETF section. I'll actually have a link for you at the end of the video if you're interested in creating this section or just using this section to enhance your dividend portfolio or create one or modify it. This is a very important section of the Dividendo Manifesto. Now, yes, high yield's great, so is dividend growth, and dividend growth is very important. Now, I'm going to emphasize the importance of this section that I have in my dividend portfolio. So if you're new to this YouTube channel, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss future videos. Smash that like button. Let's check out my section with ETFs right now. So right here with my dividend growth investing section with ETFs, and I have some also monthly distribution ETFs. I've earned a total of $265.49. I have two sections. I have the dividend growth investing dividend ETFs. So in this section, I have SCHD, VIG, DGRO, and FDVV for this section. So it's kind of separated from the NEOS ETFs. I wanted to keep this separate and have an allocation percentage because a few good things are with these dividend ETFs, which I'm going to jump to. So the one thing with SCHD, the 10-year CAGR is approximately 10.43%. The 5-year CAGR is roughly 8.68 to 13.7%, depending on the exact measurement date. The annual payout increased by roughly 5.35% based on recent figures from 2024 to 2025. So you get really good dividend growth with this. This is one thing that's very important with the dividend growth investing strategy is to have ETFs, they have very good dividend growth. Now SCHD also is a very good deal, which is nice. So, and then I'm going to jump to VIG. So VIG has a dividend yield of 1.50%, a 10-year CAGR of 8.1%, a 3-year CAGR approximately 6.18% to 8.21%, and a 1-year growth of 5.29% to 5.33%. So you have SCHD, you have VIG, and I'm going to jump to DGRO. Again, some of the key details of DGRO statistically. In 3 years, the dividend growth rate was approximately 6.90%. The 5-year was 7.09%. So the recent growth, the dividend growth rate was around 6.17% in March 2026. So some of its components, it holds stocks with at least 5 years of uninterrupted dividend growth and a payout ratio under 75%. So that's good. Again, with good dividend growth rates, some of the higher yielders, higher yielding dividend stocks like Altria, you're not going to get a really good dividend growth rate over time versus if you're in like Costco or if you're in JP Morgan or those type of dividend stocks. And the good thing is, like SCHD, they kick out stocks that aren't keeping up with its metric. So that's one thing that's very important with SCHD. So you get those good hikes is it kicks out the losers. Just like the S&P 500. You don't keep up with the S&P 500, you're gone. You're kicked out of the S&P 500. It's amazing how many companies come and go inside the S&P 500. There's a standard that needs to be met, and if they don't make that, bye-bye. So that's a nice thing. So I'm going to go back to my dividend portfolio. So I just showed you my section with dividend growth investing, some dividend ETFs. Now I'm going to show you the NEOS and XPay section. And again, I'm going to give you this link at the end. So I wanted to kind of restructure my YouTube channel. Now I'm a little bit down. You can blame BTCI. But I have in this section IWMI, QQQI, SPYI, I have AMZP, I have XPay, and I have the four things with the MicroStrategy, STRC, STRD, STRF, and STRK. I also added a little bit with this Bali. I have QQQH, I have OMA, I have TSLP there, and I have BTCI added to the section. Now the problem is with Bitcoin, BTCI has been a little bit down, which I'll jump to. A high distribution rate of 27.80%. High yield dividend investors like myself love that. You got a management fee of 0.98%. And again, it writes right here, the fund seeks to distribute monthly income generated from running call options in Bitcoin futures, ETFs. So the other thing is, again, it's been a little bit down. And again, the declaration date, they had a really good streak of distributing $1 or more. And because of Bitcoin being down, it has not hit that dollar mark. Hopefully in the future it will. There's no guarantees, but I mean, that's a little painful for my dividend portfolio. It was also a little painful for BITO. That one hurt me a little bit by a few thousand. So again, it's good to be well diversified, and I have that diversification again of the NEOS ETFs for the monthly distribution, and then I have the distribution from SCHD, the quarterly distributors. So, you know, loading up on those to get a really good bang for my buck and getting good hikes. And again, I just said in my previous video, I sold Verizon. Well, the dividend hikes aren't there as compared to SCHD or some of these other really good dividend growth stocks. Because in the long term, I want raises. If I was working for a job and I didn't really get a good raise, I mean, that's a problem. Usually people jump ship if there's problems like that. So you're looking at the focus and the strategy of my dividend investing strategy. I like to really show you, not for financial advice, for entertainment purposes only, what I'm doing, and of course not tax purposes as well, how I'm doing it, what I'm doing it, and my story on how I did this. And I did not use margins. I did travel nursing from 2022 to July 2025, and a lot of that money, instead of going on expensive trips and all that, was thrown into my dividend portfolio. So that's what I did to get to this point with all this money and the good distributions and everything. And I'm just excited for next 2 to 3 years to really see this dividend portfolio do some serious damage with the Dividendo Manifesto. Now the market's down, so it's going to affect BTCI and BITO, but hopefully when things get better with Bitcoin, this is when the distribution starts getting really good. And we start seeing the high distribution of these ETFs. So if you're new to this YouTube channel, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so don't miss future videos. I will have a video for you tomorrow. Take care and have a great Saturday. And again, I have my disclaimer in the beginning of the video.